ask you something in the audience. How many people in this audience have ever taken an audit of their own waste? Have you ever looked at your own trash bag? Don't be shy. Raise your hands. And don't worry, I never had either before September 2015. Because trash is a topic we don't talk or think about very often, right? It's not like we meet over coffee and ask, hey, what's been in your trash bag lately? It's just not a topic. So it's become my journey for the last 2.5 years. So I would like for you to look at the picture at the screen and then close your eyes and join me for a walk on this beautiful beach. So everyone, please close your eyes. I can see you. Imagine walking barefoot, feeling the sand under your toes, feeling a light sea breeze, contemplating about life, and watching the sun go down. Then, suddenly, you open your eyes again. What do you see? A littered beach. Plastic bottles, plastic cups, plastic straws, beauty and household items, and more. Well, that was my wake-up call during vacation with friends on Kobangan Island in 2015. Did you know that more than 8 million tons of plastic enter the oceans each year? 8 million tons. The plastic bag I have with me weighs approximately 1 kilogram. So 8 million tons of rubbish is like 8 billion of these trash bags entering the oceans every year. Every year. In 30 years from now, there will be more plastic than fish in the ocean. 30 years. Will affect all of us in this room. So where is this taking us? 99% of the planet's seabirds will have eaten some of the trash that enters the ocean every year. Makes us all think, right? And I agree with what Dr. Jane Goodall says. British primatologist, anthropologist, ethologist, and UN messenger of peace, that here we are, the most clever species to have ever lived. So how is it that we can destroy the only planet we have? Our dependency on cheap fossil fuels, the depletion of natural resources, the effects of plastic pollution on our environment are just some of the topics we hear and see daily in the news or on social media. As economies and populations continue to grow and develop, the environment is reacting to it. And we can only change this if we either reverse or slow down our current consumption patterns. Why am I showing you this? I don't know if many of you are aware, but I grew up in East Germany, which was under communist government until Germany reunited in 1990. In contrast to the West, resources in the East were scarce, and we made use of what we had. Throwing things away did not exist in our vocabulary. This is a picture to reflect, like just going to the supermarket required time, effort, okay? So I'm standing here in front of you today, fast forward 30 years and 34 countries later, to share with you my project of the sustainable self and how it has become a guide not only for myself, but also for others to reduce their waste live with less by creating a community of change. After I returned to Bangkok from Koh Phangan Island, I was eager to learn more about how much waste do I create as a person. Because it's very easy to point the fingers, well, the trash on the beach is actually not mine. But I wanted to understand more, where was the trash coming from? You know, I've always considered myself a sustainable person until I dumped out my wastebasket and I discovered I was just as plastic as everyone else. So much waste. So how can I, as an individual, make changes? You know, really, I spend a lot of time thinking, here I am, one person. Would this change really have an impact? Is it too late to change course? We're 7 billion people on this planet right now. 7 billion. And we will be 9 billion in the next 30 years. What kind of planet are we leaving behind? At 2 years ago, when I started this journey, I produced 1 kilogram of trash per day. Just for you to have an understanding, this is 1 kilogram. So 365 of these bags every day. 365 every year, just me alone. 365 bags, 1 kilogram. And I was like, impossible. You need to change this. And this is when I started to write down a list of things. How was I consuming, and what could I phase out of my life today? And what did I need to continue using? Because every day we buy things without thinking, do we actually need it? So I continued to look for local alternatives, speaking with friends, testing different recipes for beauty and household items, attending workshops, while still studying the impact of plastic pollution, not only on the environment, but also on our own health. So since December 2015, I've been able to save 580 kilograms of trash from going to the landfill. 580 of these bags. But I want to do more. And this is why I'm here today. Because you're probably all wondering, well, how the hell do I get started, right? So let me share my story of how I got started. The very first step is I had to analyze my daily steps. Every day when I left the house, how much waste was I producing and where was the waste coming from? So, and then I started to change my purchasing behavior. You know, I always thought, well, I'm already a green person. I bring my reusable bag, I have a mug, I have a refillable bottle. Yes, I'm very green. Until I realized how plastic my life had become. And then I started looking around me, and I realized that society wasn't helping. I mean, now we even wrap bananas in a single plastic jacket. It's not easy to change, but I realized it took steps. I had to really look what were my options. So the next one was to refuse. So I continued refusing plastic straws, plastic cups, plastic bottles. Especially fruits and vegetables packaged in plastic. And this has been really an eye-opening experience because I still remember when supermarket and restaurant employees, when I asked them, can you please put it in my own bag? Yes, most of the facial expressions, same way. It's like, who is this woman? What do you mean she brings her own bag? You don't want our beautiful plastic bag. So people were looking at me as if I had just landed from planet Mars. But you know, the amazing thing of it all is that when I explain to people, I want to reduce my waste, I don't want to use plastic, the more I return, more people welcome me back with a smile and say, thank you for not taking a plastic bag. And now, I even get a 5 baht discount for bringing my own. So, now I want to ask the audience, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you in this audience go to the convenience store at least once a week? Please raise your hands and be honest. So what do you get when you go to the convenience store? Aha! You get a plastic bag. With any product, no matter how small, right? One little tiny piece and you get a beautiful plastic bag. Well, that's something you can already start saving from now on. Imagine saving 50 plastic bags per year. Each one of us in this room right now, and I'm taking this as a pledge. Exactly. And don't only say no to plastic bags, also teach and say, hey, I bring my own. And I want to make sure that we all got this, so I'm asking the audience right now to practice as a team. No plastic bag, please. So, 1, at 3, I want to hear you. There are 1,000 people in this room, so please convince me. 1, 2, 3. Well, that I call, it's a start. But I think we need to work on that one. One more time and really blow me off the stage. So the next time someone offers you the bag, no plastic bag, please. Exactly. So now that you know how to reduce your plastic bag usage, we go to the next one, and I want to share this with you. Bathroom. You know, I discovered in my bathroom over 40 beauty products. I was shocked. And over the first 6 months, I started to phase out the products that I knew I didn't need. I don't need 10 different moisturizers. I have only one face. Okay? So I really reduced it down to 5. And this is when I discovered, you know, coconut oil. How many beauty products can coconut oil replace? Minimum 4. Minimum. Moisturizer, shaving cream, deodorant, makeup remover. Okay, just to name a few. When I started this whole project, I started with 1,000. I spent around 1,000 to 2,000 baht a month. And now I spend less than 200 baht just on my beauty products. So the next one, I used to spend a lot of money on clothes. You guys are laughing because you know what that means, right? How many of you still have the clothes in there thinking, I will use them again? So another way to reduce is also to reuse. And you've probably been dying to find out, what is she wearing? I know that question has been going on in your mind, like, what is she wearing? I mean, I discovered that from an old t-shirt, I could make my reusable bag, okay? From my old plastic bags, a wallet. And what I'm wearing today is, can you guess how many plastic bags I'm wearing? Difficult to guess, but this top is made out of recycled plastic bags. So another way to reuse is, what I've discovered is to also share. It's like through a friend, I discovered the Swap Till You Drop event, where it's a community event where people come together to exchange their unwanted clothing. Through this event, I've managed to reduce all the unwanted wardrobe, and now I have really minimum in my closet, and I have not bought anything new in the last 2 years. Not necessary. Which leads me to the next one, repair. Through the swapping event, I met a friend whose philosophy of reinvention led me to the next point, to repair. All my existing wardrobe I had was readjusted, remodified, so I did not have to go out and buy something new or throw it away. At the end of the day, there are things we cannot repair or reuse, right? So the next step would be to recycle. But as you can see in my quite eye-opening picture, we still have an issue there, okay? Because when I go to beach cleanups, this is what I find, and I wonder what's going on with recycling. What is happening? Because when I look at waste numbers, we simply produce too much. So we have to go back to rethink our consumption patterns, repair, refuse, and reduce as much as we can. This is my most exciting part, to reduce waste. I mean, we're in Thailand. 64% of your waste bin is compost. It's food waste. This is probably the most exciting because you can really, I also consider this very easy, because anyone who has a bin or a ceramic pot at home, you can start with shredding up your vegetables, adding newspapers, soil, crushed eggshells, and coffee grounds, add some water, mix it up. I mean, I managed to do it in Bangkok, in a condo. I don't live in a house. Okay, imagine all of us composting. So what has made this journey possible is the people that I've discovered through this journey, okay? For me to continue to stay motivated is watching to see people change around me and to see them actually not only listening, but also taking actions in their own life. So what I'm telling you is you shouldn't have to make it a mission like I have, but start small. Send out an email to 5 friends, asking them for repair locations to repair your shoes, your clothing, your electronics. Put together a list and share it with your friends and family. Another one, if you work in an office, set up a sharing table. Refillable mugs, refillable bags, food containers. Okay? Just get started. Don't do it alone. Go get your friends and families together. But get started, no matter how small. Because we all know that the systems need to change. No one can fix it alone. It takes 2 to tango, 3 to spread the word, a small group of thoughtful and committed people to change the world. So let's make a change in 2018. Thank you very much.